Hello, everybody. Oh, this camera's okay. Of course, I go live and instantly see something. I'm like, I'm not happy with that. How is everybody tonight? Tournament hype. Yes, I wanted to stream a little more time before I go away this weekend, but I didn't have time to set anything else up, so we're playing Pokemon again. I wanted to stream a little more time before I go away this weekend, but I didn't have time to set anything else up, so we're playing Pokemon again. 1 second. I'm getting. Okay. For whatever reason, it never does this. My my Twitch dashboard was playing my voice, like playing the audio from the stream. Usually it's muted. It was very weird. But yeah, I've sat down, thought about it. I think I want to make just one, well, technically two small tweaks to the deck. Um, Currently, where are we? We have two Pokegear in here. I think we're gonna go zero Pokegear. I want one more Lost City. Um, I think I'm up against my best judgment. Put in one professor's research. And chat, you know we gotta put in the full art mommy research. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So as we're starting here, I'll explain my reasoning behind that. So last big regionals, which was Hartford. I couldn't remember where it was. I was like, not Portland. Um, but the last regionals that happened like a week and a half ago, there was a lot of Mew lists, and so what kind of happens after there's a large surge in the meta in the population? People will play that. People will play the counter to that, and then I guess if you're really smart, you'll play the counter to the counter. So I'm still like totally out of frame. Um, so I'm worried about Mew, but I'm not super worried about Fusion Mew, especially. This deck already does good against it. Um, and then I am worried about the counter, which is Lost Box, which is why we have Path to the Peak and three judges and stuff in there. Um, and then the counter to the counter would be something like a Rapid Strike Urshifu or something like that, which we do decent against. But um, the thing that concerns me is having a lot of decks in the meta running three or four copies of Path to the Peak. Path to the Peak not being very good for me. So I want an extra way to clear that with Lost City. And then if we're going in all in at that point, something I thought about was there's definitely turns when I Starbirth and I only want one card. And that second card could very easily be grabbing Professor's Research to get an entirely new hand. Just pitching all the crap that I don't need. So I think one copy of that we look for if need be is not a bad idea. If it is a bad idea, we'll find out. That's why we're testing. Last stream, it's only Tuesday. Welcome in, Bazooka Turtle. I am away for the weekend, both at a wedding and competing at a Pokemon TCG tournament, the Milwaukee Regionals. So this is my last stream because tomorrow I want to get to bed early and I have to pack and stuff because then I have a flight very early in the morning on Thursday. So yeah. And hello as well, Max. So the deck that we're up against right now is Fusion Mew, if you weren't aware. So this is, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a near identical or identical list to what won week and a half ago. There were actually two tournaments that weekend, both of which Mew won. So I would not be surprised. And like I said, Fusion Mew we do just fine against because they don't play a whole lot of Path to the Peak. Path Judge Mew we do a little bit worse against, depending on how effective we are at hunting and clearing paths. Just a little bit of prize math here. We're good for that. Want water energy down. Choices in the deck. Oh, the water energy is my hand. They're going second, so we're gonna do Baby Trinity Nova right now. Did they didn't fully draw up, did they? They probably have something good in their hand then? Interesting. I like hanging on to the Ultra Ball just in case we need to Starbirth next turn. There's a chance the Arceus doesn't survive, in which case we just Ultra Ball for second Duraludon and manually power that one up. But we'll see. I wasn't paying close enough attention to whether they used all 3 Genesects or not. I was talking. Which, shame on me for talking to chat. No? Okay. They don't have anything. They are not cooking, as the kids say. Oh, Escape Rope's a little annoying. Because they might just kill this Duraludon instantly. Before I can even get my ability out and the big boy out. Let's see. Survey says they have to hit the Sparkle. Sparkle? No Sparkle. Let's see Dead Hand. Alright, Ultra Ball, they're gonna fail it. Oh, no, they're gonna get a second Mew. They did have a second Mew on the bench. Don't need that VIP pass anymore. Power Tab, they already had the damage anyway, but sure, why not? Cram, we want to see this Cram fail. Let's see that Tails. Love to see it. Not if you're them, but if you're us. Miss you on Thursday. Good luck. Thank you. Unfortunately, they hit the Sparkle. Rip. Yeah, the one bummer of it all is that my local leagues that I go to are, Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to miss all those, but I'll be playing plenty of Pokemon this weekend, so I'll get my fill. Alright, Vulpix is not what we want for this matchup. So we're going to pitch it and the Lost City. We're going to get the V-Star for Starbirth, but we're going to Judge first. So we'll see what we can hit off the Judge without having to burn our Starbirth. Alright, we hit the Dura. Shoes gives us... do we really need Rayhan? No, because we still have Starbirth, so... Now, we do have the option of escape roping and seeing if they're smart enough to send up the other Mew or not. I honestly don't hate it, because maybe they're dumb and they give us a Genesect and then we just Starbirth for the Choice Belt. No, they sent up the other Mew. That's fine, these Mews can't Psychic Leap yet, so that's actually just fine. We are going to grab the big boy just to make sure we don't whiff. And I think we're going to Path. I think we're going to Path them. They're already set up, but... Well, do I want to Path? Because that would shut off Duraludon's ability. Yeah, we're going to Path. Almost forgot to Path. That would have been bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass this turn. Well, I would never pass the turn, but ends turn by attacking. So yeah, I don't hate this. They might leave the Path out, or they might get greedy and clear it. Either way, like I said, they can't Psychic Leap the Muse, so we can... I don't know why my voice is cracking. They can't Psychic Leap the Muse, so we can put damage on the other one safely. Well, they had a really good hand. That's rather unfortunate. They managed to use nearly all of it. I think we have to take out the Meloetta, as painful as it is. Yeah, the path might not have been the move here, actually. I thought they were going to get aggressive and try to clear the path, because they didn't have, like, the second Mew setup. But they had everything they wanted in their hand. They had a double turbo energy. They even crammed. They failed to cram, but, I mean, still. They had a really good hand off of Judge, whereas I thought I was going to screw him more and just give him a bunch of Battle VIP passes or something. You did not need to use Max Miracle, but okay. Yeah, I mean, we lose. Well, did it to myself. Can't be that mad, huh? Also, chat, I'm just kind of addicted to clicking on the hexagon and seeing the little hexagon thingy. This is such a pointless feature. But, I don't know. It makes the monkey brain happy. Alright. So far, not great, but that's my own fault, not the deck's. Nor was it really even any problem with the, I don't know. You can go the whole, chaos theory or whatever, but it wasn't like we researched away something valuable. It wasn't even the fault of the deck. Oh, I love that Pikachu coin. How do I acquire said Pikachu coin? So Dr. Saucer, there's two sides to a coin. One's called heads, one's called tails. And when you call the coin, you don't say like "come here, boy." You say heads or tails. There you go. All right, we won. We're gonna go first. Another Duraludon start. You'll love to see it, and by love I mean hate. Arctina. Okay, this is a great example of why we want to play one more way to get rid of the Path to the Peak. So we'll see what happens here, obviously. But yeah, Arctina playing 3 or 4 Path to the Peak. Path Judge. Mew playing 3 or 4. What other decks are running 3 or 4 right now in the meta? I think. I mean, some other ones will play like 1 or 2, so it's also not bad. Boy, my opponent's just taking their sweet time. You good? Okay. Good one, champ. There's the other Duraludon, which is a maybe for this matchup. Yes, we want Arceus. See, we've got both pieces of Arceus in hand, so we are going to take this. We're going to wait on the second Duraludon. Whether I want to play that or the Vulpix kind of depends on how many Arceus they set up on their board. If they manage to set up both Tinas, then it's going to be a 2 Duraludon game, because we need the extra HP to survive the Tina hit, and Vulpix does nothing against Tina. If it's a bunch of Arceus, then we will use Vulpix, because Vulpix can wall Arceus. And because I have it in hand, it's not even worth it to thin the deck with like a nest ball or something. So I can kind of just hang on to this um, until I'm actually going to accelerate energy onto it that turn. Switch that drink! I gotta go get my water bottle. Alright, they threw away one path already. I love to see that. Oh, goodness. There's a chance that means they have the second one in hand. Shag, you can tell me if I'm missing them playing it right now. But it'd be a pretty silly thing to throw away that second one with my Arceus out and available. But then again, I don't know, man. My opponent apparently didn't show up to the first 3 minutes of the game. The squirrel... Oh, there's the other path. Okay. I was going to say, that'd be pretty not great. They did boss us. Or not boss us, too. They judged us, huh? That's a little annoying. Okay, that's a lot annoying. Yeah, we do this just to prevent the hit. They set up with another Arceus, so I think we go for Vulpix. This is the first deck search I've actually done. Oh yeah, we didn't have a second Duraludon. Definitely for the Vulpix then. Although we don't have any water energy either. Wow, prizing not great, huh? Huh. Well then, yeah, we'll just leave the Tina out in front and see what they get off of top deck / Squovit. Because they also need a little bit of help here. They've got an empty hand. Yes, we definitely understand everything that was just said. Some people do. Some people don't, like you. And then, you know, I tune into your competitive VGC games, and I'm like, haha, yes, I know that Pokemon. That's Ice Volcarona. Wow, hit the V-Star off top deck. Didn't throw it away with Squovit. Evolved the not energy one, and then pass. Interesting. We're gonna manually attach while we're here. And I'm not gonna burn the nest just yet, in case I get an Ultra Ball. Mainly meant when you walked away from the camera. Oh, could you not hear me very well because it's a directional mic? That makes more sense. Alright, didn't like what they got, so they squoved it away and get a singular Psychic Energy, so they can start Abyss Seeking. Which is unfortunate, but we can also stall with Boss here if we want to. So we can drag out the unpowered Arceus and make them do a little bit more work. Threw away the other Tina, so yeah, definitely a Vulpix game. See, that's why we hung on to the Nest Ball, because that'll be good for next turn. We're not going to use it quite yet, because I want to slow them more. Because if we used it then, we would have to throw away both the other cards in our hand. And so, we would lose the boss slow option. And we still don't have a way to switch into the Arceus yet. I think they are debating whether they should squove it away their hand or not. Oh, I'm sorry, First Dog. I just drank soda. Also, as much as I wish I had, like, the money to drink whiskey and Coke all the time, it is just Dr. Pepper. I love the taste of Dr. Pepper. I do love the taste of whiskey and Coke, too, but that is, like, 3 times more expensive because you're putting alcohol in it. Yeah, I know. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You can unsub. It's okay. Judged away our hand. Gave us the Arceus anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Gave us another energy. And an Ultra Ball, so depending on what our top deck is, we could just Energy Arceus Ultra Ball for the Vulpix. Oh, got the Bibarel, though. Hate to see it. Both Bibarels. Oh, wow. Sir? Alright, he's roping. I know he can't knock out this Arceus. So we're going to just use that as our pivot. Like, I get why the rope, but also I don't get why the rope, because I assume he's not playing 2 ropes. I assume he's playing a switch in there somewhere. Also, second path just hit the discard pile, so possibly only 1 left. So we'll definitely be able to have path cleared towards the end of the game. Damn, this music goes hard. Alright, energy distribution, exactly what would be expected. We are going to Arceus. We're gonna Fighting Energy. We're gonna Ultra Ball. Grab Vulpix. We are going to be sad that we have no way of clearing path before Arceus dies when we lose our V-Star. And we are also going to be sad that that we still have a Water Energy prize, and we need to just hope that we pull the Water Energy in the prizes. And we do have 2 prized, so when we take this Arceus V-Star knockout, we have a better than 50% chance that we take it. How does that statistics work? It's 2 out of 6, so it's a 1 in 3 chance. We're taking 2 cards, so it's 2 in 3, right? That's how that works. This is the Monty Hall paradox. Wow, Nest stashes away the entire hand. Did not like it. Still got the other Beaverell. That makes sense, but choice is not going to affect anything on Tina over there. But I guess you do it if it makes you happier. Through with the energy. Which is interesting. Conceivably has another basic energy in deck to attach to this Arceus. Or not. Huh. Huh. See, that's very interesting, because that makes me almost want to go up with Vulpix and do Silvery Star, which would get the KO. I think I'm going to do that. The Giratina will come back with the KO instantly, but if we can clear the path to the peak by the time we're facing this last Arceus and it has a DTE on it or something, then we're smooth sailing. Wow, Sharon's Care, just a little too late, buddy. We will grab those. It really doesn't matter what we grab, because we're just going to Ultra Ball it away to thin just a little bit more. And then, yeah, Silvery Snowstar for the knockout. The rare Silvery Snowstar. Watch. This will be the Water Energy here. Both of them. One of them. So yeah, I think we just hope that we can find like a Lost City or something. Crystal Cave would work too. And I guess we also hope that none of his prizes that he drew... Nope, there goes the DTE. So that Arceus is near useless if we can clear path. Judge? He's actually given me Judge? I guess he doesn't know what my 2 prizes were. There's Crystal Cave. It's just that easy. It's just that easy, chat. Well, it's that easy when your opponent gives it to you. I assume the DTE is going to come off of the Arceus. Pay for this, yeah. So again, one more chance that he gets the energy off of the prizes. We're going to thin just a little bit more. We are going to judge in a moment, but we're going to thin so that we don't draw back into the same things we had. Crystal Cave is the most important piece of this puzzle. There goes the judge. Path was not necessary. We're going to nest, fail it to thin a little bit more. We're going to fighting to thin a little bit more just in case they judge us again. We've got Lost City in hand, so if they put out that fourth past the peak, we can instantly clear it, which is very nice. So we'll see what happens here. Ah, they did have another basic. Okay. Rip. That's going to be game then, I think. I mean, my other... Well... We could... Hear me out here. Top deck boss up a Bibarel, and just deck him out. 2 DTEs. 3, all 4 DTEs are accounted for. Nah, no such luck. That would have been cheeky. Would have been a cheeky little way to win there. So, for those of you that don't know, if you go to start your turn and you have no deck to draw from, you lose. And so, our best win condition there was stalling them out until they ran out of cards in their deck. Which would take forever because they have the ability to squove it, put stuff back. But I could see them being greedy and doing it. But, again... No such luck. Yeah, so the Arctina matchup is really tough for this deck. Just because the Giratina can one-hit KO the Arceus. There's not many things that Vulpix can wall against. Like I said, if they overcommit on Arceus, you can kind of make it work. But it's not as clear a wall as it is in like Guardy, say. And yeah. Oh, did we do our dailies? We did. What was it? Deal 50 damage in a single hit? Anything can do that. Use an attack that costs at least 3 energy. Oh, it's a good thing all of the attacks in this deck cost 3 energy. I am so excited for the next set, Aldea Evolved, in a week and a half. There's going to be so many new fun decks, returning ones that can be used with like new cards, like the Zorobox and stuff. I think it's going to shake up the meta in a really nice, healthy way. The Scarlet and Violet base, it did what every base set did. It, reprinted a lot of cards that needed to be reprinted and stuff. And it gave us Gardevoir and, to a lesser extent, Miraidon. But, I mean, you still look at like the decks that everybody's winning tournaments, like the percentage of what people's playing. It's Mew, it's Lost Box, it's Lugia, it's like older decks, right? So I'm gonna be excited for water decks, of all forms: Chien-Pao, Kyurem, Palkia, combinations thereof. Yeah, little like single prize rogue decks like Zorobox. What else am I kind of looking forward to? Grass might actually be viable for the first time in a hot minute. Wow, this is one of the hands of all time. Is Sharon's Care prized? Our choice belt is. No, it's in hand, I think. Sharon's Care is prized, which is unfortunate, because I would have said this would have been a perfect game to make it 2 Arceus and Sharon's Care one of them up, because I think this is probably Lost Box. Yeah, screw it. We'll full send. Send out the second Arceus. Why I do this is so that one Arceus can be evolved and use Starburst to get a double turbo energy, and one doesn't get evolved and the double turbo energy is attached to it, so it can Trinity Charge next turn, because otherwise we'd have to wait one more turn. And sometimes that is just too slow. No, it's Gardevoir, actually. Interesting. So, Arceus probably, unless they get real good Zacians, can get scooped up with Sharon's Care if we draw it in the first couple prizes. The fact that we started Vulpix against this is great, honestly. I do like to kind of hang on to it till the last minute, because otherwise it's a nice snipe target, but we'll see. They're not going to be able to do anything this first turn anyway. It's Gardevoir. Gardevoir is probably the slowest competitive deck right now. Like, yeah, it's kind of interesting, because Lost Box, like, it's slow in the sense that you're not doing the big damage until the very end. Unless you're playing the Turbo Dragonite, which a lot of people are these days. But if you have a good first turn, you can do 110 damage on the first turn. So it's a consistent pace if it's going well. Gardevoir does nothing on its first turn. In fact, your best option with Gardevoir in the first turn is to end it by using Roar of the Sword from the Zacian, which they didn't bench the Zacian, so they're kind of just up the creek right now. Avery would never affect us. I'm never going to put more than 3 things on the bench. Alright, and we hit the V-Star. We didn't have to burn the Ultra Ball either. Actually, we're going to switch. Let's see if we can save Starbirth, because we're going to judge here. We do need Starbirth. Okay. Starbirth for the... I think we get the Path and the double turbo energy. We have Colress in hand to draw, so we're fine to get out of the pack if we need to. But this will just slow down their Greninja and slow down any Gardevoir that decide to rare candy this turn. So yeah, double turbo. We're going to pitch the Arceus and the Dura here. And we're going to go get Vulpix, just because I really do not want to be sniped. Path and Trinity Charge. The bad version. We'll do, let's see, we'll do a fighting and a metal, let's say. Let's not commit too much to the wrong spaces. Just because if we do Sharon's later, we'd still like to have the energy for a Duraludon. Man, I love Legends Arceus music. It's so good. I had such fun with that game. Which, by the way, chat, I do think our little challenge run that I revived for one thing is going to have to go away, because the save data for that is not on the Switch that I own anymore. So, we can either start over or do it. We'll see what I'm feeling, what other games we have to play, but it's not as easy as just picking it back up like it was. Gonna retreat into just a Ralts, I guess. The memory skip Ralts, good on them for playing it. I don't know why people don't play one memory skip Ralts, because that memory skip Ralts will kind of screw us over if we have one Pokemon left, like these Arceus that only have one attack. And just stop us from attacking forever. So I don't know why more people don't play 3 of the Astral Radiance and 1 of the Silver Tempest memory skip Ralts. They're probably thinking that we have a dead hand. Joke's on them. Pepe laugh, they don't know. And there's the rare candy, but they're not going to be able to use it unless they clear the stadium somehow. So yeah, that turn, if we didn't have a second thing to get, like if we just wanted the double turbo energy for some reason, like if the path was prized or something, would have been a great turn to grab Professor's Research and just research away our hand. It evolved the active one. Okay, they do have the collapse stadium. I was like, sir, I don't know if you realize this, but that Gardevoir's dead in the water. But no, did have the collapse stadium in hand. Well, that's okay. The path at least like burns one of their collapsed. Because then we can keep Lost City out longer, and that'll probably hurt longer in the long run. Um, that's less fun, but we can deal with it because they're only going to do 190 with this hit on Gardevoir. And we can just retreat the Vulpix and attack with Arceus again. Um, or hell, if we just draw um, a singular energy with Colress, and we could just manually attach to Vulpix and attack, start walling. Actually, I kind of like that plan better, I think. Crystal Cave, okay, sure. Let's see. We got the one energy we needed. We'll grab the second Ultra Ball, and we'll grab Judge for when they have a big hand, but we're not going to give them a new hand just yet. Crystal Cave doesn't help us now. Collapsed Stadium doesn't hurt us right now, so we're going to keep Crystal Cave in hand for the moment. And we'll use Crystal Cave to bump when, or if we get a Duraludon, or when they change to a stadium that we don't like Temple of Sinnoh. Kind of unfortunate they top deck the Fog Crystal, but such is life. A boss's order sure would be awesome right now, because I think their play is probably going to be to retreat the Gardevoir. Ooh, they had a research. Very nice. Well, in that case, we might just judge next turn, depending on how much of this hand they keep. Any day now. Show me your moves. By moves, I mean anything else with your turn. Primordial Altar, not a stadium that I have seen very often in this list. I saw people thinking about it early on, but when it came to practice, I think most people were running Temple of Sinnoh and collapsed. Altar, though, very interesting. Do we want to bump the altar is the question, because we also don't mind thinning the deck a little bit. Cresselia is a good move. Now they have the KO on the Vulpix. So we're going to want to Ultra Ball for the Arceus V-Star. That's just a given. What we're going to pitch depends on what we top deck here. But yeah, clearing the Collapse to have the bench space to put down the Cresselia was a nice little combo. Gotta give them credit. Threw away the other EX, interesting. They probably have Miriam in hand, that means. In which case, we are very incentivized to judge here. Yeah, methinks they have Miriam in hand. Alright, they are going to evolve the Memory Skip roll, so we're kind of out of that problem. And here it comes. Chat, grab yourself a drink because this takes forever on live. Putting 1 energy and 2 damage counters on at a time. And then Psychic Reversaling. They're going to be smart about it, and they're only going to do it twice. I was kind of hoping it would spread the energy around and commit too much energy, but, c'est la vie. Alright, our top deck is a Metal Energy. So we are going to Ultra Ball away the Cave and the Metal Energy. We're going to go grab Arceus V-Star. And we're going to Judge. We're going to Primordial Altar after the Judge, just so that we can actually control what we draw next turn a little bit. Well, actually, it's not going to matter. I don't know why I think it's going to matter, because we're going to Trinity Nova and shuffle our deck anyway. Let's see if we want to pitch something, though. Primordial Altar away. I would not like to discard the boss's orders, in fact. I would like to hang on to that. Commit the Metal Energy there, and Trinity Nova. And what kind of energy distribution do we commit here? I think we just commit these, because again, there's a chance that we Sharon's Care up this Arceus here. And then have a Duraludon out for later in this game. Well, I mean, there's the Duraludon, but I'd rather have that than the Sharon's Care. Interesting. Sending up this Curlia, which means that they have the Shining Arcana Gardevoir for it. They're going to try to load as much energy on as possible and see if they can hit the one-hit KO on the Arceus here. Either that or they're just, I don't know, willing to sacrifice this one. Not exactly sure. So looking at what they're throwing away with Ultra Ball, the level ball on the rare candy, I think they have kind of not a lot in their hand. That they, yeah, another Curlia they threw away with Refinement. So there's one thing in their hand that they want to hold on to, I think. And then the rest of it is just kind of fodder. If it was Miriam, though, they would have played it, so I'm not exactly sure what it would be. Maybe Luminion? Alright, nothing off the Shining Arcana. You'll love to see it. We have manual attached. They can put on 6 more. That's 9. 9 times 3 is... 9 times 3 is 270. Oh, they have it. They easily have it. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, they can't put on 9. They can put on 6. I was thinking that they have 9 total after they put on 6. So they don't have it unless they have a choice belt here, or they have a picnic basket, or a cook, or something to heal with a little bit. Or do they just not have the energy count in their discard? Oh, they just didn't have the energy count in their discard either. That certainly helps. Because, yeah, they've got, what, 8 on it? 8, yeah, so that's 240... Oh, wait, no, it does a base 60. I keep forgetting that. So, yeah, they have it. Doi. Do we research? Do we try to make this a Duraludon game, or a Duraludon game and hide the Arceus and hope that it doesn't get KO'd? I would love to boss up the other one, but I don't think we are. So let's alter before researching, since they so nicely gave it to us. No, we're not going to discard that, because that's just a way to look at the rest of the deck if our hand doesn't give us what we want, which it didn't. Trek. We don't need the Lost City because we have the other one in hand. We want to find the Duraludon. That's Arceus. It'll do in a pinch, but we can't actually afford to pitch this because we had the perfect count. Bummer. Big time bummer. Yeah, I think it's other Arceus time. Oh, did we not have the energy count anyway? Oh, you know what I was thinking? It's with, it was with Sharon's Care giving me that metal energy back. That's what I was thinking. Doi. There's the Nest Ball, just a little too late. I'm sure Sharon's Care will be the next one. Energy-wise, 3 fighting, water, fighting. Yeah, all of our energy's committed. Okay. Zacian, that's game right there. They have game. Nothing we did could have saved that. Get fit. I don't know. Something painful? But the other thing is I have the camera set up pointed towards a couch. Do you just want me to, like, yell while I do, like, jumping jacks or something? Because you're not going to be able to see. Something painful that I can do on the couch? That's not me losing the game? Because that's pretty painful. Yeah, I don't honestly know what I could do on the couch with this setup. I think I'm just going to refund those points to you, First Dog. Sorry about that. I should probably disable that alert until the stream setup's back to what it is. How do I refund those? I know there's a way to do it. Is it the... Hello? Manage requests. I think this is it. Get fit. Reject. Refund points back to user. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that, First Dog. I should after stream disable that. Because, yeah, there's really no way for me to do anything here with the setup. And I could just, like, step off camera and go, like, guys, I swear I'm doing crunches. Well, that's not as fun. You want to see me in pain. So save those 500 doors, those 500 points, and do it when I have the setup for it. I don't know why, but at work earlier, my back was cracking like nobody's business. Like, multiple, widely audible cracks. So yeah, I don't know if I slept wrong or something. It doesn't particularly hurt, which is the other interesting thing. This is a wonderful hand here if we had an Arceus. We don't. So we'll see what we top deck, but there's a chance we throw this entire hand away with Judge. They don't have their Emerald, though. So we're going to Colress instead. Thank you, top deck Colress. Arceus. Arceus... I think we assume that they're going to be using Rapid Strike energy, and we go for a 2 Duraludon game here. So long, Vulpix. And unfortunately, we just have to path. I was talking a little bit about it at the beginning of the stream, but the Rapid Strike deck doesn't necessarily play a bunch of Path of the Peace, but what it does play is very crucial to its... they're probably going to judge us here, I would assume. But very crucial to its strategy is playing the Tower of Water so that they can free retreat. Research. Okay. And so being able to bump that with Crystal Cave and with Lost City and stuff is just useful as well. And yes, I know I took one sip of Dr. Pepper, but I'm going back to the water in a moment. Because while the Vulpix walls the Inteleon, it does not wall the Urshifu. And we're gonna assume but they're going to want to attack more with the Urshifu than with the Inteleon. And so, yes. Arceus. Fighting. And... Judge. I think the Judge was the move there. Trek. Don't need double turbo energy anymore. Right back into the Crystal Cave. We need a switch. We're actually going to grab a rope. Because the double turbo being committed to the Metacham's not really a super concern in this matchup. Let's see. Kind of have a dead hand. Maybe we research as our other card? I'm tempted to take the Choice Belt in case they send out the Inteleon. You know what? Screw it. We're going to take the Choice Belt in case they send out the Inteleon. Because basically, if that's the case, then anything except the Urshifu is a KO. Okay. So they sent out the Luminion. No big deal. We'll still commit the choice to Arceus because it's not going to do anything on the Duraludons in this matchup. But it will help Arceus overcome that barrier and knock out an Inteleon. Alright, we committed the right kind of energy because one of our metals is prized. You'll love to see it. Oh, wait, it's in our hand. I always do that. I'm like, durr, it's not in the deck. Yeah, because it's in your hand, dummy. It's interesting that they sent out the Luminion, knowing full well that I could knock it out. I get saving the Urshifu, saving the Inteleon, but I would probably... Well, especially with Clara in your hand, I probably would have sent out the Radiant Alakazam and sacrificed that if you're just going to put it down next turn again. Bet you anything, yeah, they have a Tower of Waters in hand, otherwise they wouldn't have sent Medicham up. Ooh, great hand. Great hand usage. I'd love to see research with nothing in hand. Alright, so Urshi still has one turn before you can KO this Arceus. Right? Or does this one have Strafe? Or Gale Thrust? It does have Gale Thrust, yeah. Actually, so he's gonna have the KO here. But that's okay. We'll make it work. The good thing is everybody has special energy on them right now, so if I can get a Duraludon VMAX out, then we've got the wall going up. Using V-Star power? What would you be getting with V-Star power? Another Inteleon. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I'm gonna Painful Spoons off of this guy and onto somebody else because it's... Oh, or onto the Arceus, even though you have weakness and KO already. This does 150 damage. Yeah, that was weird. Interesting choice. Feel like you kind of meant to do that in reverse, but okay. And we send up the powered up one, and we hope that we hit it off of the deck or the Colress. Or the trekking shoes. Yes, I like the boss. Well, rip. This energy are nearly useless. We're gonna bump the stadium and then heal with the stadium. We're gonna metal energy. We're gonna pitch 2 of the nest balls. Both Duraludon are in here, yeah? Bummer. We're gonna pitch 2 of the nest balls. We're gonna hang on to 1 more in case we top deck an Ultra Ball. But yeah, that's rather unfortunate. I'm sure we're gonna top deck the Duraludon, and I should have pitched the boss. But I'm greedy. This almost sounds like Mystery Dungeon music, but I think we're still on the same... Yeah. This is just, what's this? Oh, Polina's theme. The scuba diver lady. Snorkel lady. Whatever lady. Interestingly, toss the escape ropes. Gonna go for G-Max, Rapid Flow here. Also, sad to see our Crystal Cave go. It would have been nice to heal off that ping damage from the Inteleon, but it's to be expected again. I'm sure this is their third Tower of Waters. I feel like 3 is a pretty good number for this list. Second. So maybe they have a third, maybe they don't. I've seen some people play 2. I think if I were to play this, I'd play 3. Just because it's so crucial to swap back and forth. Especially against matchups like Arceus, where you can use Gale Thrust and you don't have to do the big boy attack. So now, as far as I understand, TCG Live is bugged. It's not going to matter for this, but because this attack lets you put the card back in your hand, TCG Live doesn't think that there's special energy attached, and so Duraludon's wall doesn't work properly. Interesting thought. Do we... First of all, we're going to burn the nest. I think we... Give me the octopus. Yeah. But yeah, so normally what... Again, as far as I understand it, it should be that the energy was attached when the attack happened, and so Duraludon VMAX prevents the damage because it's a special energy card, and Duraludon VMAX prevents damage from special energy Pokemon. But something with the way that Live does it, where it puts the card back into the hand before it does the damage, means that the Inteleon's able to do damage. And so it's kind of like... This matchup's way harder on Live than it actually should be, because the rules don't affect it properly. Which is also why I was like debating whether it was a Duraludon or Vulpix game. Because Vulpix works properly, because its ability doesn't go away. Duraludon does... In real life, the move is a 2 Duraludon game always, but... And again, that's my understanding of it, and what I've been told by like judges and stuff. That could be wrong, but that's kind of how I understand it and how I'm going into this weekend playing it. And if, when I'm playing the Rapid Strike deck, they call over a judge, and the judge says, no, it doesn't work like that, it does damage, then I'll be like, okay. Alright, we were hoping for a very good top deck, otherwise we lose. Ultra Ball is an okay top deck. We're gonna do it, because we weren't attacking with Duraludon until we get that fighting energy anyway. Which, come to think of it, there's one left, so that's rather annoying. And this gives us an extra HP buffer. It does not change any of the matchup, though, because, again, this bug, where they're still going to be able to do damage with this Inteleon here. If there was not the bug, then we just put up the wall, we make them come out and like attach 2 water energy manually. It becomes a lot better for us. We actually buy a lot of time. But unfortunately, we are playing in TPCI's I don't know, play sandbox here. Their playpen, whatever you want to call it. And so we have to abide by their broken rules that contradict their own rules. Naturally. Okay, you know what? Canceling Cologne. They properly are going to do damage this turn. I can respect that. That was legit 140. I can respect that. There's the other one! Oh, no. Sir. I just need my fighting energy, man. I just need that energy. Itching for it. Need that energy. They're gonna Melanie a water on here, attach another water manually, and they'll be able to properly do damage again. So actually, this game's gonna turn out the exact same as if we played it in person. Which I'm happy about, because it means I'm gonna lose legitimately and not illegitimately. Wow, Lost City, you can't retreat anymore. Oh, man. What a bummer. How do you, Gracie girl? If you guys see my mouse just moving sideways on the screen, it's because Gracie's leaning on my mouse pad and shifting it sideways. Are you gonna say hi to the stream? So yeah, in our last stream, lots of luck. We had lots of good games, lots of wins. Today, not so much. Let's hope that it's an every other time I play thing, and when I go to Milwaukee on Saturday, I win a bunch. Copium? Or maybe it is the changes we made to the deck, and maybe we should put back in the Pokegear. Because there are definitely times when I'm like, man, I wish I had a draw supporter. Hopium. No positivity allowed around here. It has to be drug references. Alright, got Gardevoir again. So again, this will be... I mean, well, not again, I should say. Last time we didn't execute it. But hopefully this should be a 1 Arceus, 1 Duraludon, 1 Vulpix kind of game. Or if we draw into the Sharon's Care naturally, or we have an extra thing to Starbirth, we might make it a 2 Arceus, 1 Duraludon, 1 Vulpix game. Soak up a ton of damage. We'll see. We do have the double turbo energy going second, so we've got that, but we don't have another Pokemon to attach to unless we bench this other Arceus or we get lucky with the trekking shoes. The Rayhaun's interesting. Because the Rayhaun we can kind of use as a get of Starbirth if need be, and get like a path to stop them. So we'll see. Don't need a second double turbo, thanks for that game. Yes, give me the Colress, please. Thank you for the draw supporter. Nest, Ultra... I think we go Nest, Ultra, Lost. And we don't play the Lost City yet, because we're not going to take a KO this turn. We do it next turn, so we can start Lost Citying their Gardevoir, or their Gardevoir pieces, rather, the Curlias and the Raltzes and stuff. Interesting. 2 Metal Energy prize, and the Alolan Vulpix V-Star prize. Oh, wait, we have 1 Metal Energy in hand. I always do this. But yeah, the Vulpix V-Star being prized, I think we'll actually, if we don't get it early, we're going to make this 2 Duraludon game. Anything else I want to do before I Trinity Nova here? I think we're good. Oh, Trinity Charge, not Trinity Nova. That being said, if we want to make this a 2 Duraludon game, committing the Metal Energy from our hand is not the best. Chat, the more I think on this, the more I'm like, there's definitely turns when I would want a Pokegear. Like, even this next turn, we're not necessarily behind or anything, but if I had a Pokegear in hand, I could Pokegear see, like, oh, it's the boss, so I don't need to grab boss with Starbirth or something. And yeah, so, like, I feel like we go back, we take the research out, we put in one Pokegear. The question is, do we just revert to what we had the list before as? Do we do a full 2 Pokegear, 1 Lost City, or do we add in the extra Lost City? I'm trying to think. Because having only 1 Lost and 1 Crystal means we can only clear 2 paths. Yes. Yep, good answer. But yeah, having only 2 ways to clear path is not great. They had the rare candy. They got it like that, chat. But yeah, having only 2 ways to clear path is not great. Especially against the Arctina matchup, because Arctina, if we're going second, that can just be so disastrous. So maybe we just take the research out, put in a gear, but we don't. The other gear stays swapped for a second Lost City, and we have 4 stadiums. We haven't hit one today, but the reason I want 4 stadiums is I do want a Path to the Peak ourselves for the Lost Box Dragonite matchup, because I'm just so tired of them just drawing into a 14-card hand with the Greninja and stuff. Espeon, interesting. To double check. What's Espeon? Oh, okay. That's nothing that's gonna damage us. It's just the it's nothing that's gonna one-hit KO us, I should say. They're just having it out for the V-Star ability here, and then it's evolved form, which prevents the effects with the etc. etc. Well, that Judge is unfortunate. I guess that's a decent thing for them to V-Star for. Trying to bore you into conceding. Yeah. Just wait until they start putting the damage on with Gardevoir EX. That's when it's really like, hey, grab a drink, we'll be back in a minute when they're ready to attack. Alright, well, that Judge was rather disastrous. We're gonna Choice? Yeah, Choice fixes the Espeon matchup. Or Espeon math. And then we're gonna Judge again and see if we can pull something out of it. No. Well, sort of. This is where we have to decide if we want to make it a 2 Duraludon or a Duraludon Vulpix game. And I think we make it a Duraludon Vulpix game because Espeon VMAX does have an ability as well. You know what? Actually, screw it. Double turbo. Power Edge for 90. Whopping 90 damage. We got Sharon's Care, of course. We could actually Sharon and make this Arceus viable again. You know, I'm not entirely opposed to the idea. It's not awful. Manaphy, so they don't have anything else to get. The true stall deck's mental stall. Oh, no, you don't understand. People will get so butthurt that you're winning that they'll just sit there and let the timer run out. And it's like, dude, just, like, get over yourself. You're a child. They do that a lot if you play, like, Control or Stall. Or even, like, Mill. Sometimes they'll get pissed off because they're like, you're not doing damage, so I'm not going to play. And it's like, hey, man, this is called playing the game. It's just in a different way than you play. Believe me, I understand perfectly. I'm sure that happens with VGC, too. Where they're like, wow, you're playing, like, you know, a toxic Protect team. I'm just going to, like, not play. So realistically, what is this Espeon going to do? Because I don't think it's VMAX attack. If they do get the VMAX at all. KOs either. So, like, the Sharon's Care plan is not bad, but also my pivot is Duraludon? So I kind of need to Cold Rest still? Unless we just top deck Duraludon, in which case the decision is made easy. They have Espeon V and Zacian V in this deck. Weird. This list is kind of funny. Oh, they're going to retreat into the Zacian. Do they have the energy? They have 6? That's 240. They do have the energy, sadly. So, I mean, it makes the decision easy on us. We're going to Colress so that we can get the Duraludon for the KO. I made a few stall teams, to be fair, they are has to play against, but it's a viable strat. Well, things like that make sure that, like there is, not like freshness, but like make sure that it's not all gas, no brakes in the meta. Because it's the same thing with stall and mill decks in the trading card game, right? Like, if, for instance, like Gardevoir lists, they don't play a lot of switches or escape ropes. I don't think most lists don't play any kind of way to switch besides retreating. So, if you play a deck that prevents them from retreating, you can just stall them out entirely. And that's just, like, a danger that they do. So having decks like that is important to kind of, like, mix up the choices for your opponents. You know, playing around what they might see. There's a difference between bulk and stall. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what I'm playing now would be, like, the TCG equivalent of a bulk deck, right? Lots of, one second. Yes, actually, I like this a lot. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna Ultra Ball away the other Dura and the Sharon. Why did I get rid of the water energy? I'm so dumb. I don't need to power up Duraludon. I need to power up Vulpix. Damn it, me. Chat, why am I stupid? Anyway, Path to the Peak. But chat, why am I stupid? There's the Vulpix. If only we had water energy. I like bulky teams. Bulky teams are super good. Stall, on the other hand, is a whole other beast. Yeah, that's fair. Like I was saying, like this is the equivalent of like a bulk team in the TCG, where you've got a lot of HP. You've got some ways to heal the HP. You've got a little bit of like walling and preventing your opponent from attacking or playing or whatnot. But only in certain matchups. In other ones, you literally just rely on HP. Whereas a true stall deck would be something where, yeah, you like pull up a Pokemon they can't use, and then just sit there as you each draw a pass. So, do they have the ability to clear the path? I feel like they would have done it already if they did. No, there they go. Okay. Chat, why did I throw away the water energy? Why am I the biggest dummy on Twitch? Alright, so how much are they doing here? 240, I think? 270 if they manually attach from hand? Shining Arcana, they hit an energy. If they hit 2, they actually have the KO. No, they hit 1, they're going to attach it to the Espeon. I still don't really know what that Espeon's doing back there. Besides just being a curveball. Okay, so 6 on there, which is easy enough to do, is 240. I think that's game. I think that's game, honestly. Yeah, that first judge that did it on us, super bad. Super disastrous. Although, how many energy have they committed? 6, 9... Oh, actually, they're going to pull up the Vulpix. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. It would mean they have to have all of their energy available to go on the Zacian. We can Rayhan, because why not? Oh. Is there anything really worth Rayhaning for? Is the question. I think it's a boss. In case they don't have it and they try to two-hit us. We're going to put metal on... We're going to put Crystal Cave out, not because we need it, but because I want them to think that I found Crystal Cave with Rayhan. Keep trying to get two. It's a single prizer. Setting up the Espeon so that they can retreat into the Zacian. That's smart. Because that'll give them 7, 8. So then, yeah, if they have the last one in hand, they're good. We just have to hope that, like, the other energy is, like, that last card in the deck or one of the 2 prize cards. But I doubt it. There's just, like, there's statistically no way, right? Yeah, it's in hand. Okay. Let me just double check, but that's 7. Yeah, so that'll be 9 times 3 for 270, plus a base 60 for 330. Damn. Alright, chat, we're doing it. We're swapping the research for Pokegear. Yeah, woohoo! You have no idea what that means. Woohoo! The real question will be, we're going to swap it for the Pokegear. I'm going to play a little bit more on stream. I'm going to play some more, you know, probably tonight when I'm just vibing. Maybe even a little bit tomorrow before I finish packing. With 1 Pokegear and the 2 Lost Cities, and I'm going to decide whether we go right back to the list that we had last time that we streamed. With the 2 Pokegear, 1 Lost City. Am I just gonna be a little bitch? Am I gonna revert? Alright, goodbye, mommy, research. We hardly knew ye. Where are the Pokegear? Still? There they are. We'll put in reverse hollow, because why not? Not like the Pokemon, why not, but like WHYNOT. And maybe this will make all the difference, chat. Also, executive decision. I'm out of cold water. My water bottle's empty. I drank all that water, so I'm back to soda. I used 300 doors to switch the points. As it turns out, I have infinite doors. I see what you did there. Did you? Alright, well, Arceus start. We haven't had one of those in like 4 games, so can't complain. Would be nice to have the DTE, but, you know, we'll see. It's Mew, so, you know, we can afford to go a little slower. Because this is going to be a Gardevoir deck again, I think. Mew finding the VIP pass. You'd love to see it. No, it's Palkia. Oh, Palkia. Palkia, I think, is close to free. I don't want to jinx myself and say it's entirely free. Well, it's going to be entirely free if they Don't put any water energy in the discard. And end turn. We're not going to judge away that Arceus that we have. And not give them a better hand, because apparently their hand's mostly dead. But yeah, it's mostly free because Vulpix hard walls here, unless they have Crabominable, I think. Otherwise, I guess if they're doing Ice Rider Calyrex too, Vulpix doesn't wall against that. But we can out HP Ice Rider and just, you know, take 3 prize cards off of it, so. Hello? Opponent? Do you want to play the game? Or not? Okay. I don't want to be too mean when doing the whole, like, hey, you gotta play. Because, like, I don't know, live is awful, and maybe they're just lagging out because this game is held together by duct tape and prayers. But then also I'm like, maybe they're just not paying attention, or maybe they're being a dick on purpose. I do like them throwing away the Canceling Cologne, because actually that's kind of a counter to the Vulpix, because it shuts off their own ability. And yeah, I don't know if they realize I have Vulpix yet. Ooh, Melanie. Rope. Yeah, and they'll manually attach from hand. They'll hit here. They do what, like 160? 140. The other thing about the Palkia matchup, they do more damage if there's more Pokemon on the benches. Yours and your opponents. I never have more than 2 things on my bench, so very good for me. Actually, Path to the Peak is wonderful here. We're going to Starburst. There's only 2 options here. It's a Switch and a double Turbo Energy. Didn't even have the Escape Rope to take a knockout, but I don't know if I would have wanted to anyway. DTE. We are going to pass so that they can't Palkia V-Star. And then we'll hit. In fact, they can't Greninja either. Energy. And onto the Dura, because that's how this works. Alright, that was a fairly good turn for us. Beach Court, boo. Also, why are you playing Beach Court in this deck? Oh, because you're playing a ton of Mews. Okay, I guess that makes sense. And like, if anything, you play Temple in this deck. Oof, with the retreat of the Palkia. We're going to go for the Moonlight Shuriken here with Palkia's V-Star. Which will kill my bench Duraludon, but then they're kind of up the creek without a paddle, so we're okay with that. Calyrex? Lumineon. Research, probably, if I had to guess. Irida. Also a valid choice. Suicune and the Cross Switcher. So they do have the Cross Switcher. So it would be nice to judge if we can. And the Suicune makes sense because they can put one on now and then one later. No such Cross Switcher luck. We have the Duraludon a turn too late because that's how that always goes. Nest will get us the other Duraludon. I think 2 Trekking Shoes? No, the Choice Belt does fix the math against Suicune, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So we're going to take the choice. Nest for Vulpix. Trek. Always take Trekking Shoes if you draw it off Trekking Shoes, because that essentially just refreshes your options. Pitch the energy, we don't need it. Metal here. Choice belt here, just in case they judge us. KO, and we hope that they don't go for the Vulpix. We hope that they don't go for our little fox boy. Let's see, Suicune does 20 more for each bench, right? So 120 plus a base 20, 140. I think even with choice, they don't have the KO on the Vulpix. So we're actually good. Or they could Melanie onto the Palkia. That's also an option. And the cross switcher. Boo! Boo! Because now they can Mysterious Tail, they can pre-retreat, put a water on Palkia, and I think they have it with Palkia, because Palkia's base damage is 60. So it'll be 100 if they can put last thing on their bench. 120, 180. They would have to choice still. Interesting. $180. We lived. I lived, bitch. Okay. Ultra Ball away, Dura and Arceus. Grab ourselves our Rainbow Fox Baby. Put it out. We'll bump the Beach Court just for the hell of it. And Snow Mirage, and we start walling. Because Suicune has an ability, the evolved Palkia has an ability. They could leave it unevolved, but it takes an extra turn for them to power it up. And I mean, Lumineon has an ability. They tried to attack with Lumineon. I believe they Ultra Balled a Cross Switcher earlier. Didn't leave the Palkia unevolved, so that's fine. No, they still have a pair of Cross Switchers. So, escape roping and leaving Vulpix on the bench is a little dangerous. It's actually kind of better for it to stay out, but there is still the possibility of them bossing and cross-switchering, or escape roping and cross-switchering, or double escape rope, because doing so would clear the effect that Vulpix has. There's one escape rope. Do they have it like that? Do they have it, chat? Rope number 1. Trekking shoes, so they still have a chance to get it. Trekking shoes. Don't need the VIP pass anymore. Do they have it? They don't have it! Absolutely cooked. But yeah, like I said, that matchup's pretty good. I hesitate to say free, because then I'll instantly get donked. I just know it, with my luck. But yeah, that matchup is pretty damn good for us. Because with the exception of Calyrex, anything that deck plays has an ability. We don't bench a lot, so they can't use the attacks that do a lot for benching. That deck really shines against, like, Lost Box. And to a lesser extent, Mew. But yeah, against us, just can't keep up. Judging by the coin, this is probably a Guardy matchup, if I had to guess. If this is a decent game, we'll probably make it the last. We've been going for about an hour and a half. It's a Guardy matchup, so this could take another 15-20 minutes. And it's also getting warm in here, and I want to turn on the air conditioner, but as I mentioned, the air conditioner is like 2 feet to the left of my head. And so I would just be entirely drowned out on stream. And so I think it's kind of the aircon or the stream. How goes the grind? Interesting. So Switched up the deck at the beginning of the stream. Took out the 2 Pokegear that I had left. Put in 1 Lost City and a Professor's Research. We've just recently switched back to one of those researches, a Pokegear again, but keeping the other Pokegear switched out for a Lost City. And just trying to see how it works out. This would be the matchup to see how it works out. Arctina is the main reason I would want to have a 3rd stadium clear. Just because of the amount of paths that they play. Okay. So we've got Nest in hand, we've got Colress, so we're gonna we got Double Turbo, so we're really gonna hope that Colress gives us a switch here. Vulpix Prize, that's okay, we kind of hang off and see if this is gonna be a Duraludon or a Vulpix game. Give me that for the switch potential. Boss for the stall potential. Hate to throw away the water energy, but it is what it is. Trek. We hit it! We hit it! It's just that easy, chat. Rope. The only way this could have been better is if we hit our one-off path to the peak. And shut them down before they could get going. But the odds of that are insane. Never happen. The good news is the other water energy isn't prized, so we do have the... it is easier to make this a Vulpix game if they decide to overventure Arceus. And unless they judge us here, we don't even care at the moment, actually, if Path to the Peak comes out. Looks like they are probably going to judge, though. If I had to guess, Starbirth is grabbing a Switch and a... Well... We know it's grabbing a Switch. Is it going to grab a Switch and a Judge, and they hope they hit the path off the Judge? Or is it going to grab a Switch and a path, just accepting that their hand is dead? Or maybe their hand's not dead. Maybe they're sitting on a research, and then it's an easy decision. They path and switch. Guess we'll see. Bibarel. Okay. Rope. Yep. Tracks. Path. Okay. All of this makes sense. Industrious Incisors. I don't think they've supported yet, so they could still judge us. Scroll Bit. Okay. All of this all tracks. And Trinity Nova. Okay, so we keep the hand. So we have Dura. Unfortunately, they did hit the V-Star. Otherwise, the boss in hand would have been primo. I think what we actually do here, barring anything else, is we boss up the... we boss up the Tina and put a little bit of damage on the Tina so that we can KO with the Arceus next turn. And hope that in the meantime we grab our other Duraludon. Lightning Energy. Is that Pikachu in this deck? Not that it matters for us, but... Alright, First Dog, have a good one. Thanks for hanging, man. I will see you around in the next stream, which is going to be, you know, probably a week from now. We'll see if I had the energy to do a Monday stream when I get back, but my flight does get in at, like, midnight, and then I have to drive home, so it's going to be, like, 2 a.m. before I get some sleep, and then I didn't take off work on Monday, so I'm going to go in. So, hold him to the drink, but I don't have any cold water left. You're gonna make me go get water. Alright, I'll tell you what, First Dog. I'll drink a glass of water after stream, when it's nice and cold, and I'll make up for it. Be healthy. No, you can't make me, except you can, because that's the entire point of that channel redeem. Like I said, I'll make it up afterwards. I'll post it to the Discord. I'll post a picture of me drinking water. Alright, what's our top deck? Do we have the God tier top deck? No. We can wait a turn to put that Arceus into play, honestly. Because we know the V-Star, the Arceus V-Star, isn't going to one-shot us. We'll put water onto Arceus just a tiny bit. But we know Arceus V-Star isn't going to one-shot us. Well, there's the Vulpix, so, you know, maybe we should have saved that water energy, but oh well. If there was a Tina on the board, we absolutely put that second Arceus down. I say this after a 2-liter root beer and a cider since noon. Hell yeah, brother. You love to see it. Ha! The fool! The absolute buffoon! Put the V-Guard energy on. Did get out the second Tina, though, which is less than fortunate. Judge? Maybe they give us the best hand ever? Judge is not honestly bad. Maybe they give us such a dead hand that I cry myself to sleep tonight? Maybe that's also an option. Just a reminder, chat, none of the deck edits we made today have affected this game so far. We haven't hit either of the Pokegears or a Lost City. Or I should say the one-off Pokegear. But we haven't hit Pokegear, and it would have been a research, and we haven't hit a Lost City. So yeah. Alright, God tier top deck. We top deck the boss. We boss up Bibarel or Guard of Water. And we just hang. We just chill. No, but it is the Lost City, which is the next best thing. Remember when I was saying that we hadn't done anything yet? What do we do here? Do we just go Dura Dura? I think if we just go Dura Dura, we lose still. Although maybe we don't. They didn't have a grass energy to put onto Tina. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. This. Let me smash. Alright, I think we're in business. I mean, it's a business. I don't know if it's the business. But they might be short on energy. I'll have to see. No, they do have the grass. Do they have the other V-Stars, the question. One's discarded. I don't know if the other one's... I don't think the other one's, like, lost zoned or anything. Yeah. So they just have to try to hit the other V-Star with, Oh, Sharon's Care. Boo. Boo. Boo this man. As if I don't play a copy of it myself. But yeah, I think they just have to try to hit the V-Star here. Off the Nest Stash and the Bibarel. I don't think they did it, chat. I don't think they did it. I think they're a shred. Shred. Yep, okay. And we have the Duraludon in hand, so we have the KO on the Tina. and then they send up the Arceus and hope that they can buy 2 turns. How did this game turn around? Oh, and the Lost City? Chef's kiss, baby. We're going to hang on to that Lost City for the turn that it actually counts. There's a chance that they path us, or not path us, that they judge us. But if that's the case, then that's the case. Hey, you know what I'm really happy that we're playing right now? 2 Lost Cities. It has made the difference in this game. So if we top deck a boss here, or the Pokegear, and find a boss off of it, we win. Because we'll just boss up, I don't know, Squovit. Rest in peace, Squirrel. Or no, we need 2 prize cards, but we can boss up the Arceus. I wasn't doing the math right. I was thinking they only need 1 prize card, and we need 2. But yeah, if we top deck boss, we can get that other Arceus. It's probably a little silly of him to play down the second Arceus, but I guess he's trying to thin a little bit with this Nestash Beaverell and the Judge. Yeah. Judge, give us our Lost City back. No? Okay. Just kidding. But we do have Judge ourselves that we can try to get into a better hand. My only concern with putting out the Lost City last turn was that it just allows him to bump it with Path. And I knew he wasn't going to be attacking this turn anyway. So it's not like the ability would have helped this turn. It's only going to help the next turn. And so why give him another opportunity to bump it? When now, hopefully I can just draw into it with Judge and stuff. So we Ultra Ball the Sharons and the DTE. We're going to fail. Nest Ball and fail. And Judge. Okay. We're not gonna use the Pokegear quite yet, just in case they judge us again. We'll swing, and yeah, we hope that we can get the boss next turn because there's a decent chance he's gonna retreat here and I don't know, maybe Gardevoir to buy a turn. There's also a very good chance that he's out of basic energy, and so if I can clear the path, we're good. And they concede. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think that is a very good game to end on, chat. I wanted a good game to end on. I didn't want like a donk, like I dead Drew, they dead Drew kind of thing. And that was Arctina. That's one of the decks that I'm honestly really worried about going up against. So, playing that out, getting some practice against that, I feel like that's a good way to end. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, thanks for hanging, folks. I appreciate each and every one of you, those who stopped by just for a little bit, those who stayed for the entire stream. Thank you. If you haven't already, and you like what you see, at least in terms of the... oh no, Twitch, stop, please. I'm just trying to find somebody to raid. I guess I'll do it on my phone. You like what you see, in terms of, like, me and the humor and the vibe of the stream, drop a follow, totally free. I don't always stream Pokemon TCG. I stream a variety of things. Sometimes that's Pokemon games, sometimes that's Pokemon TCG, sometimes that's other stuff, like I'm going to be trying to play Baba as you when we come back. So if you like a good variety stream and you enjoyed my vibe, drop a follow. But yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to be gone, so I will be back. I'll see y'all next week. If you aren't already, you should join the Discord. The link for it's down below, / somewhere else on mobile. But come join the Discord, hang out. I'll definitely be posting there how I'm doing this weekend, so if you're curious how I do this weekend, that's the place for updates. And it's also just a good place to hang. Good place to know when I'm going live, all that stuff. I don't have anybody to send you to tonight for a raid. I like raiding small streamers, but nobody I'm following is streaming right now. Just big streamers right now. So I'll leave you to the rest of your Tuesday night. You all have a good night. Thank you for the good luck in the tourney, Ashwin. And yeah, I'll see you all in a week in June. Jesus